Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about how to mount a maxillary and mandibular cast on mean value articulator. In this image, you can see the instruments that are required for the practical. As you can see, we have two rubber bowls and that are for mixing plaster. Then we have two spatulas, straight spatula and curved spatula. Then we have plaster knife and wax knife for trimming of the excess plaster. We will also need lacron carver and scale in this practical. Then we have sandpaper for finishing of the cast. Then we have mandibular and maxillary rims that are prepared over the maxillary and mandibular cast. Then we have mean value articulator, some sandpapers, and of course dental plaster for mounting of the master casts. Now let's begin the practical. First we will take maxillary cast. On this maxillary cast we have to prepare 3 notches. We can also prepare plus shape groove, but we have to prepare only one of them. Either we can prepare notches or we can prepare grooves. Then we will take mandibular cast and similarly we will prepare 3 notches on the mandibular cast. See the placement of the notches. You have to prepare only notches, not the groove. You can prepare these notches with the help of a carver. First you need to mark the notches on the exact same positions. After that you can carve it out with the help of a lacron carver. Then you have to place the maxillary rim over the mandibular rim in such a way that maxillary rim will remain 2 mm ahead of the mandibular rim. Then you have to draw the midline from the maxillary frenum to the mandibular frenum. Please make sure that this midline is straight. Then you have to draw the canine lines. You can see the position of the carver from where you have to draw the canine line. It's near the buccal frenum. Then we have to seal the maxillary and mandibular rim together. This seal should be posteriorly behind the canine lines. Sealing is done with the help of lacron carver. You have to heat the lacron carver and place the cross-shaped seal on the maxillary and mandibular rim together. Make sure that your carver goes deep enough so during mounting your rims do not get separated. Now let's take a look at the mean value articulator. Yes, the name is mean value articulator and it is non-adjustable and non-archon articulator. Please remember that. You have to remember the parts of the articulator. Here is the upper member. Here is the lower member. It is of L shape. Here is the central pin. This is the vertical rod. This is incisal guiding table. These are retentive pins. Here is the horizontal rod. These are condylar eminence. And here is the condylar guiding path. Condylar eminence can move in this condylar guiding path. We have to tie the thread near the horizontal rod on one side, and then we have to pass it over the central pin and wrap this thread on the horizontal plane on the other side. This will create imaginary triangular plane which is parallel to the horizontal plane, and we have to adjust our maxillary and mandibular rims occlusal plane on this imaginary triangular plane. Then we will prepare small pillars with the modeling wax, and we will attach these pillars to the lower member of the articulator. Then we have to place the casts and look for the occlusal plane. You can see the junction between the maxillary and mandibular rim, which is called the occlusal plane, is above the central pin, and entire occlusal plane is above the imaginary triangle. Now we will cut the pillars so that the occlusal plane will come at the level of the imaginary triangle. Please remember this. If you need to push the cast downwards, you have to apply the pressure to the mandibular cast, not to the maxillary cast. If you will apply the pressure on the maxillary cast, our seal will get broken. Now let's check the level of occlusal plane. You have to always check it by placing the articulator at the level of your eyes. You can see here the central pin is at the junction of maxillary and mandibular occlusal rim. You have to place the occlusal rim in such a way that the central pin will not pierce the occlusal rim, and the gap between the central pin and occlusal rim should be minimum. Now if you look from the front side, the central pin is on the midline and on the junction of the rims, and the midline should be straight and it should hide behind the vertical rod completely. You should always check the occlusal plane by placing the articulator at the level of your eyes. Now we are lowering the posterior part of the rim because posterior part of the rim was not at the level of the occlusal plane. You can check the level of the occlusal plane with the help of the thread. The junction line of the maxillary and mandibular rim should be at the level of the thread. You can see from the posterior aspect, the horizontal plane should be at the level of the occlusal plane. Now you can see the entire occlusal plane is at the level of the imaginary triangle. Now we can mount this cast on the articulator. For that we will first mix the plaster. You have to mix the plaster in the creamy consistency, not a watery consistency. After that, you have to open the upper member of the articulator and place the plaster over the maxillary cast. You can use the plaster spatula to give the shape to the plaster. From the top view, the plaster should exactly look like a shape of the maxillary cast. Please make sure that your plaster should start from the top of the cast. The base of the cast should be visible from the outside. And you have to make sure that your rims will not get dirty during this process. After the initial setting of the plaster, you have to give shape to the plaster and you have to remove the excess plaster. Then again we have to mix the plaster for mounting the lower cast onto the articulator. First, we have to remove these wax pillars. After that, place the plaster on top of the mandibular cast, and then you have to give shape to the plaster similarly as you have done during mounting maxillary cast. After that, you can wrap the thread around the articulator, or simply you can place some weight over the articulator so that expansion of the plaster will not affect your mounting. After the plaster sets, we have to do the finishing of the plaster. We can also use sandpaper for that, or simply we can do it with the help of plaster knife. After finishing of the plaster, it should look like this.